I left my husband of 25 years for what I thought was a real man. Now, I sit in a small apartment I can barely afford, eating alone. My kids won't even answer my calls. And the man I left everything for? Gone. Just like my pride. My name is Karen, I'm 52. And I have no one to blame but myself. It started like most bad decisions, slowly. You don't ruin a life overnight. It unravels thread by thread, disguised as freedom, self-discovery, or deserving more. My husband, David, was a good man. Stable, consistent. The kind of man who showed love by checking the oil in my car or making sure the front door was locked twice before bed. But he wasn't exciting. And that's the excuse I held on to. That's what made me vulnerable. After 25 years of routine, comfort started feeling like confinement. I told myself I needed more. More passion. More fire. More me. Enter Ryan. 8 years younger. Confident. Charming in a way David never was. He made me feel noticed again. Beautiful again. We met at a marketing conference. He called me gorgeous before he even knew my name. Told me didn't look old enough to be married 25 years. I should have walked away. Instead, I smiled and kept talking. It started with coffee, then texts, then secrets, and finally, the lie I told myself. Maybe this is the love I was meant for. I told David I was leaving him. He didn't yell, didn't beg. He just stood there. His eyes welled up. He looked at me like I was someone he no longer recognized. He said just one thing. After all these years, you'd throw us away for a stranger? And I told him yes. That I wanted to feel alive. That I needed something real. He didn't fight. Just nodded. And packed a bag. The kids took it harder. Our son, Ethan, didn't speak to me for a week. My daughter Rachel called me selfish. Said I destroyed her image of marriage. I brushed it off. Told myself they'd come around. That once they saw me happy, they'd understand. I moved in with Ryan. His apartment was small but stylish. He lit candles. Played jazz. Told me he loved me after 2 weeks. I felt reborn. Free. Desired. Until I didn't. The first cracks showed up quick. He hated when I texted my kids. Said I talked about David too much. He didn't like my work schedule. Said he missed me when I was gone too long. At first, I called it passion. Then I started calling it what it really was, control. He drank more than I noticed at first. He got angry at small things. One night, I made a joke about his Job and he threw a glass at the wall. He didn't hit me, but that night, something else shattered my illusion. I realized the man I left everything for wasn't a real man. He was just different. And different isn't always better. If you're still listening right now, type 25 in the comments, because this is the part where everything falls apart. 3 months in, Ryan lost his job. I started paying for everything. Groceries, rent, bills. He started borrowing my car more. He started disappearing at night. I asked where he'd been. He said I was paranoid. Told me I was acting like some boring old wife again. And I realized he didn't love me. He loved the escape I represented. Just like I thought I loved him. When all I really wanted was to escape myself. The day he left, I came home to an empty apartment. No note. No call. Just silence. And the keys to my car missing. Along with my laptop. Gone. I called the police. Filed a report. But deep down, I knew. He was never mine to begin with. He was just the shadow of something I thought I wanted. I reached out to my kids. Ethan, can we talk? He replied. Talk to Dad. He's the one who deserves your time. I called Rachel. Straight to voicemail. I left a message. Apologizing. Crying. Rambling about how I made a mistake. No response. I tried calling David. Not to beg. Not even to reconnect. Just to say sorry, he answered, quietly. I told him everything. Told him I was wrong. That I missed who we were. That I missed the simple things. His voice was calm, but distant. I'm glad you realized that, Karen, he said. But I don't think I can open that door again. And I understood. Because sometimes you don't get a second chance. Sometimes the damage is the destination. So now, I live in a one-bedroom apartment. I go to work. I come home. I heat up frozen dinners. And I think about what I threw away. Not just a man. Not just a marriage. But a life. A family. A home. I traded stability for fantasy. Love for lust. Depth for surface. And now, I sit with it. Every day. If you're watching this, and you think the grass is greener, remember, sometimes that grass is fake. Sometimes it's turf laid over a trap. And by the time you realize it, the gate's already locked behind you. So water the grass you have. Cherish the love that stays. Because chasing more can leave you with nothing. Nothing but regret. And silence on the other end of the phone. If this story moved you, comment 25 below and tell us what you'd never trade for false love. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you still believe in real love, the kind that shows up, even when it's hard, don't let it go.